You dare defy me. You disobey my orders. You serve me, and if you will not, and he reaches out his hands, and he lifts it like to point towards the fog cloud that is showing the ship. Then he continues on, and he just says, "Then you will never get to see that world again." And then, so if Greya goes down to find Aleda, how easy are you making it to access yourself?
I'm not exactly hiding. I'm just keeping busy. So I'm going kind of back and forth between the kitchen and the brig, which are relatively close together, and moving things around.
Cool. So Greya, you can probably very easily find her.
Hi. Are you okay?
Oh, you're back. We were worried about you.
Yeah, we had to go through a maze to get off an island. It was kind of scary, but we made a friend and we got back. But how are you guys doing? Everybody said something happened, but they won't tell me what.
I'm moving rooms. I'm moving some cookbooks into here. Your little frog egg is in the kitchen in the barrel. We thought it'd be warm in there and safe.
Sorry, you went and checked on the frog egg?
It's just there. I haven't been doing anything to it. It's the barrel with water that I know contains a frog egg.
Okay, so you haven't like looked in it or anything?
Nope, it's literally just in the kitchen.
Okay.
I just thought it would be warm next to the fire, so that I kind of kept it in there. And it's like, as far as I know, it's Greya's project. So,
Okay.
and I'm just continuing to move items, and I guess everyone is upstairs. Sorry, did you say you brought someone else on the ship?
Yeah, I made her friend. Her name's Hikari, and she's kind of a monkey. But she talks.
We've had some recent visitors on the ship that aren't exactly welcome. Are you sure that she's safe to be here?
Yeah, she's very nice. She lived in the maze that we had to go through with the man who was there protecting the bangle. Oh yeah, but we found where the bangle used to be.
Oh, the bangles. Right, all of that. We should all get together and reconvene. We should all talk about things.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'll go up on the deck. I have to go to the captain's quarters anyway to get my things. So.
Okay. So Dietrich, during all that, while they were downstairs talking, you probably would have noticed the most. Hikari kind of like shimmied in like a very fun, like swinging her arms around and grabbing her way up and stuff. She helped herself up and just went right up to the crow's nest and is now sitting up there.
Oh. Is there a nice view up there?
She's just like spreading her arms out and she's like, "I love this!"
Don't get.
Can I get a vibe check on that monkey?
Yep. Do an insight.
Roll a vibe check.
Well,
12. She seems to be enjoying herself.
okay.
I will say,
I'll notice Aleda and kind of forget about the monkey and just kind of like run over.
Cool. Greya, did you go back up as well?
Yep.
Cool.
I just walk past Dietrich. I go to the captain's quarters.
Okay, cool. So that's back
Do
here.
do we see Leda like moving out? Is she trying to be sneaky
Um,
or?
No, I'm not sneaking. I'm
I would have
just
noticed her.
walking.
Later.
A little busy. We'll talk in a bit.
I
Okay.
think I'm just following Leda probably then.
Okay.
This is awkward. Everyone's just following me. I go to the captain's quarters and I start grabbing some things, and I take a pillow and I'm starting to bring it down to the brig again.
Okay. Sounds good. Cool. Carrie's just kind of like swinging back and forth all over the place.
Trick's eyeing her.
Cool. And then everyone is
Um,
still kind of gathered around Keladir now, kind of looking. Sorry, I moved Dietrich. Looking for like the next move, sort of thing.
I hate being the one to give directions. Okay. So did Rhea tell everyone else that they didn't find a bangle? I know she mentioned it to
She mentioned it
Alida.
to Aleda downstairs, but nothing up to everyone else yet.
I probably wouldn't take a lot of time. I'm going to like just put my items in the brig, and then I'm going to come back up to the deck to talk to people.
Okay, cool. So we'll say you do that, like no problem, and then you can join everyone else. Sorry.
Once everyone's gathered, I guess I would ask Rune and Alida and the monkey. Was there any sign of a bangle on the island?
Yes, there was. I think the bangle used to be there.
It used to be there. What signs did you see?
Hikari will tell you that it did. She's like, yeah, the bangle was there. It was my job to protect it. But there was just too many of them, and I couldn't do it. So they got it.
Too many of who?
A bunch of scary looking. They looked like dead people and skeletons, but they weren't dead. They were walking, and they came, and I fought off a lot of them. But there was just too many. I had to hide, and then they got the bangle.
You did right to hide. I mean, that is pretty scary, especially when you're all by yourself.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good fighter, but not against an entire army.
I'm sorry, how big is this monkey?
She's a little shorter than what like Greya and Rune are.
Okay.
She'd be like to their like shoulder, kind of.
The monkey's much bigger than I anticipated. All right. Just wondering.
So yeah, she's just like, I'm a pretty good fighter, but not against an entire army, so they got it. And I have to get it back because I promised that I would take care of it.
Well, I mean, we're searching for them, so we'll help you get it back.
Thank you.
I know you said you hid, but did you see what direction they went in?
No, they were in a tomb. Like the bangle was in a tomb, and that's where I protected it. So they took it and left. And so by the time they got off the island, I don't know where they went.
Okay.
You lived in a tomb
Yeah.
all by yourself.
Well, for a long time, yeah. I lived with Nautilus there. He kind of saved me and took me in. But he got really old and he passed away. And I promised I would stay there and look after the bangle.
Do you know why they created the bangles, or?
To keep a big monster locked away.
Oh, great, reassuring.
Had anyone tried to
did
mangle
Nautilus-
before?
What was that, sorry?
Had anyone tried to come for the bangle before?
People had tried, but most of them never made it through the maze.
Did Nautilus ever talk about the other Bengals or where they could be?
He talked about the other captains sometimes, and he talked about how they all had a bangle of their own, and they all created their own islands to protect and keep the bangles separate.
They created their own islands.
Yeah, a lot of them were very powerful, whether they were wizards or sorcerers or what. They all had very, very powerful magic, so they all used pretty much all their magic to create these islands to protect the bangles, to keep them out of people's hands. They all had different ways of doing so.
I guess we've got to continue our journey to find more bangles. I mean, I'm glad that all of you are back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. But I was wondering about the Bengals. So if they need all of them to release the monster, does that mean that they're coming after us right now, looking for the Bengal? Do they know we have one?
Well, Caladia told us so they may have another way to kind of deal with those. I don't think they're necessarily having to come after us. I think we should be careful about everything. They seem to be looking for new ways to get bangles that aren't necessarily the ones in our hands.
Back on Nekkar Day, we overheard some of the undead talking about how they think the bangles came from the life force of those captains, and how they think that that's a way that they could be used to create a new bangle. So I don't know if us having some of the bangles is limiting to them anymore.
Is it? Sorry, pardon me for not remembering. Is it Hikari or Hikari?
Hikari.
Hikari. This might be a bit grim. Forgive me again for saying or asking. But was Nautilus' body anywhere in the tomb?
Kind of, yes, but not in a way that they would have gotten it. He had me cremate him, and I kind of spread him around the tomb. So it was his wish. So unless they scraped up all the dirt that's in the tomb and happened to get some of his ashes.
Sure. Okay, well, I mean, that is positive, I think.
But they don't need his body. They have his bangle.
Right.
What else did Nautilus tell you
He
about the
told me
bangles?
stories over the years. Just about, what some of the other captains were like, and
Was Reinhardt a real badass?
Reinhardt apparently was pretty noble and pretty he never said the word badass, but
Oh.
he went to Port Victor, and apparently there was a really big fight there and he won it, so yeah, maybe badass. He said they were all really good guys, and that's why they wanted to keep the monster away from hurting anybody. He didn't speak very highly of Brathen, though. He said if anyone was gonna work against them, it would be him.
I mean, good to know. Aleda and I did find a bangle when we were on Max Island. So, I mean, we're doing pretty well.
Does Aleda have that, or does Dietrich have that?
You have it. because he presented it to you.
That's right. Aleda immediately remembers and like very hurriedly like gives it to Dietrich. She's like, I don't think I should have this. I shouldn't have it with me.
Okay, I can hold on to it if you want.
Yes.
When you pull it out, Hikari like gets excited at first and then sees that it's blue and gets kind of upset.
Sorry.
It's okay, at least you have one.
We're working on it.
Well, we have more than one. Rune has one as well.
Actually, Keldir, you have that one.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So I went
Should
over
we-
it with Nina to see what she had, and that was not in her possessions. She was with you when you got it, but you're holding on to it.
Okay. And what color is that one?
That one's green.
And then Aleda has or she just gave Dietrich which one?
The blue one.
The blue one.
Blue
Okay,
one.
sorry. Okay. Hikari, what color was your bangle that you were guarding?
It was orange like me.
She's so cute. That's out of character. Aleda's not in a mood to appreciate cute, but Cora appreciates that Hikari is very cute.
Well, Hikari, I mean, if you'll have us, welcome to the crew.
Thank you. I've never been
Yay!
part of a crew before.
The
Grant's fully
stranger
so
crew, I
excited.
love it.
We're going to have to lay down a few rules, I think, though, maybe there is dedicated time to going up in the crow's nest.
Oh, okay.
Dietrich.
Yes.
It's gonna leave it at that, but
Speaking of places for members of the crew, I'm going to move my sleeping quarters. I think it's only right that Keladir get the captain's quarters, and I'm going to move to another location in the ship. I've already moved my possessions there.
yes, we saw you moving your possessions. Captain's quarters is far too large for me. Why are you moving?
I'm moving to the brig.
The brig.
That's not very
Yes.
nice. It's not a nice place to sleep.
Oh, well, I've slept in much worse places. If we could have a private discussion between just certain members of the crew, the founding members, I would appreciate that.
Thomas, William, do you want to show Hikari the ship? Give them a tour.
William goes, "Oh, Captain," and he just kind of Carrie goes willingly, and they go, and Mac does not clue in that he is not part of the group, and he just
I forgot about Mac.
stand there.
There's another person here.
Yes.
Oh yes, Greya, this is Mac. You haven't met him. He's great.
Hi, I'm Grant.
Hello, I'm Mac.
I feel like Max very much proved himself, and if he wanted to move to the main quarters, like in that fight, he really.
Oh no,
really-
Aleda, I don't know that that's a good idea.
Mac, why don't you join William and Thomas? I'm sure they could use your unique perspective on things.
Okay, I'll go down there, give him my perspective. And Mac heads down.
Is everything all right, Aleda?
Can we move to the captain's quarters where we might not be overheard?
All right.
We move to the captain's quarters, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Instead of just the open dock. All right. Keladir, you're from a world of significant magic and your... Do you know what attacked us last night?
Richard, do I know what attacked us last night?
You can do try a history check.
Okay. I'm not good at that. I'm not as smart as I thought I was. My intelligence not great. Okay. Unnatural 20.
Oh. Yeah, you know it's a hag. And you know you've never encountered one before. But various hags have been told in stories, like your soldiers sitting around a campfire at night or something like that, telling stories. They would have talked about hags. So you don't know anything really for certain because you wouldn't. But like you've definitely, like, what you saw, you recognized it was a hag from some old stories that you've heard, and how they, kind of feed on scaring people and torturing people and stuff like that.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware of them, but until yesterday, I was fortunate enough to not be familiar with them.
Do you know what they're called?
A hag, I believe.
Okay, it's good to put a name to it. So, for most of my life, I felt very out of sorts being raised. The woman who raised me, who I thought was my mother, had always told me that she didn't really believe that I was her daughter, and she did not treat me very kindly. My father was kinder growing up. In the battle with the hag last night, some awful things have happened to me throughout my life, and I've now learned that they're all her doing. I don't know. I've shared with you all that I can read thoughts, and in the course of that battle, I was trying to learn more of why she had been pursuing me my entire life. And what I learned during that battle is that I am one of her kind and can be transformed over time, over ceremonies, and most of them were completed, if not all of them. I'm a monster, and I don't know when that could happen. I do feel her influence over me, and that's why I've relocated to the break, because I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm dangerous, and
She's
I could
gone
be
now.
her. She's in me.
How long have you felt her influence over you? Since yesterday?
If I'm being truthful, I think it's been my entire life. When I came of age in my village at the time when most girls turned to womanhood, my mother had been teaching me to cook and basically told me I was weak because I didn't like to slaughter animals, and so I thought I'd impress her, and I was brought a pig to slaughter, and I thought I did it right. And when my mother came home, I proudly showed her the roast, and it was not a pig, it was my father. And I was tried for witchcraft, and I was thrown into the ocean. And that was when I could discover that I could breathe underwater, and so I ran. I tried to run to another village, and I was scared because that's when I started learning how to do magic, and my mother had told me my entire life that I was a monster, but that was when I knew that I probably was one. Magic wasn't very welcome in our village. I came to mostly a dwarven village and stayed with stayed with an innkeeper there who taught me to cook, and she told me that my magic wasn't necessarily bad. And then I stayed with her and I learned how to cook more, and she told me that cooking could be a type of nourishing magic and that I should embrace it. And then one day an old woman came who I didn't recognize, and she was selling this jerky that smelled terrible, but the innkeeper told me to eat it and not be rude, and I did. And when I woke up, everyone was dead, and the community again tried to try me for witchcraft, and so I ran, and I've been running my entire life. And sometimes I would see her, and I thought I was moving enough, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I didn't know that she'd come back. I thought that we would move enough, but I think enough secrets have been kept. And I didn't know that I can't believe I thought I was a mermaid. So I'm a monster, and I need to keep you all safe. And I want to help what I can, but I think the brig is the safest place for me right now.
Aleda, from what you're telling us, you've been fighting against this your whole life and succeeded unless that woman was interfering. Correct?
I don't know.
I think that you are much stronger than you think you are. You are dangerous, you're right, but we all are. That's how we've all survived till now. You're not a monster. You've kept yourself control for all these years. I think that's very impressive and very brave. And I, as a captain, I am not letting you move to the brig.
Well, I've already moved all my stuff.
We can help you move it back, because I
Absolutely.
agree, Aleda. I don't think you're a monster. We all have the potential to do great evil in this world, but you've done so much good stuff, and you want to help and nourish people. And even though you have this thing inside you, it doesn't make you a monster.
Aleda, the very notion that you feel guilty about anything and feel like you are a monster is proof that you aren't. Aleda, I've seen you do nothing but try to help people, even if that meant you had to be alone.
You've done nothing but use your magic to help us and others.
When she died, when I killed her, she wasn't mad at me. I think she kind of wanted something like that to happen. And I feel it's changed me, and I don't know what that means. I think something's out of control inside me, and I need you, as much as I appreciate how supportive you're all being right now, I need you to support me in this way until I feel more under control.
Well, I don't think any of us like the idea of you trying to imprison yourself in the brig.
I won't be imprisoning myself. I think that if I appear dangerous, it's just easy in case you needed to put me in there. All my things would be there. It's closer to the kitchen. I'm not saying lock me in there all the time. I'm just saying if something happens, all my things are already in there, and it would be easy in the event that I lose control somehow.
I mean, we could do that for you later. I don't want to be the one to tell Mac he has to move out, though. I told you I'd always have your back, and I mean that. So, if you think it's better that you're in the brig, that's okay, but we can leave the captain's quarters for when you're ready.
I think I need to be in the brig right now.
You say something's changed. What do you mean?
I feel this sense of foreboding. Since the battle, I haven't done any spells, but I feel like something's changed there. I'm scared to try to do magic.
You feel like the source of your magic has changed.
I feel like there's something that is tugging it in a direction that's not of my own choice.
I don't know if this is a question, but can I do like an Arcana check on her? Is that a thing that I can do?
Sure. It's gonna be a very high DC, but you can see
Okay.
what kind of magic you sense with her.
23.
23. Cool. You don't you can't really tell what exactly is going on, but you do get a sense that there is very, very powerful magic inside of her. You don't have anything to compare it to because you didn't do one on her before to know what was there before. But yeah, you do get a sense that there is some very powerful magic inside of her.
Okay. But nothing
Sorry, go ahead.
say evil. Just like she's strong.
No, you can't tell good or bad. You can just tell powerful.
Okay.
I do think that being with you all has made me more powerful in a sense for the good, and I think that you're all a good influence on me. The hag was my mother, and she switched me out when I was a child, and I think she did it to add to her power. I know that there's stories of her kind creating groups for more power, and what I think I need perhaps is a good influence. And if you would all be my group and consider joining me in a ritual to kind of bind your good influence on me, it would make us more powerful in a way that I think is good.
Like magic.
It would be a magic ritual, yes.
What does the ritual entail?
I think it can entail anything we want it to entail. It's our own. I mean, her rituals seem to involve killing people, and I don't want to do anything like that, but I think maybe sipping from something collectively that we've made and creating a symbol of each of us. I have, those leather pants that I've collected, and I've cut off some pieces. If we could even just have like a bracelet with like a knot in it for each one of us, and maybe just do something to combine our power, I know that would make me feel more powerful in a safe way with all of you.
Well, I cannot speak for the others, of course, but I would do that if it would help you, of course.
Of course, yeah. As long as it helps, we'll do that.
I don't know that I can bring anything to the table, but I will do what you wish.
Melita, I don't want you to underestimate the good influence you've been on this crew as well.
Thank you.
Rune has been with you, and she is just going to ask that you just give her the night to think about it because it sounds like a lot.
Of course, yeah. I don't want to make anyone feel like they have to do anything, and I have to. There are these cocoa beans that they're kind of gross, honestly, but they're used in like priestly things, and I thought that maybe we could make a beverage with that.
Whatever you think is best.
I'm gonna add a lot of
I'm
sugar.
used to eating gross stuff, so it's not a big deal.
I'm gonna add a lot of sugar. It's gonna probably offset the bitterness.
I think we can handle a little bitterness if it means it helps you. But whatever you feel is best.
Thank you. I'm going to start grinding that cocoa. I'm going to go to the kitchen.
Cool.
Can I go see how that tour is going?
Yeah.
I think that's where Greya would also go.
Okay. So you go down, you can see Carrie's just kind of like swinging from thing to thing, just kind of like having a grand old time. Mac is like excitedly watching Hikari, and William and Thomas are organizing the parts of the cannonball contraption for Rune.
Okay. There's nothing distracting. Excellent. Such
No.
a relief. Did you figure out how that contraption works? Were you able to assemble it?
She hasn't gotten really to work on it yet because of everything that was going on upstairs, but she'll tell you that she's gonna start working on it now.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Thomas is going to come up. Dietrich, where are you?
He would have wanted to follow Aleda, but he wouldn't have because he would have realized he would have read the room, even though he's bad at that. He probably would have just stayed looking out.
Cool. So Thomas is gonna come up and kind of like, he's a very perceptive guy and knows how you feel about Aleda, and knows that you would be very kind of distracted and everything right now. So he just kind of comes up to you and without saying anything, just kind of like taps you as he's walking by. And then when you turn to look at him, he throws one of his swords at you, and just kind of like, without saying anything, just kind of like makes the gesture of like, okay, we're gonna train some more.
Oh, you want to fight?
And he just kind of like does some fancy sword stuff, and then just kind of starts like parrying with you and training you. Hikari comes back up and is just kind of swinging over Actually, no, first, hold on. William stays down with Rune. Mac is going to come up as well. Hikari is going to... You're in the kitchen, Aleda? So, hold on. So Hikari just kind of walks in, and she just goes, "Excuse me."
Hello?
She just kind of comes up to you and she's like, You're the cook here, I take it?"
Yes.
She goes, "I think maybe you should have this. It really helped me a lot when I was stuck in the tomb. But if you know what you're doing with food, I think it would be nice for you to have it, and you make stuff for the crew, so it'll still work for me." And she takes her little bag off and hands it to you.
What?
She's just like, it's a magic bag that Nautilus gave me. Anything you want, any kind of food you want, you just reach in there and you think of it, and you can pull it out.
This is a magic bag that gives food from an unknown location.
Yep.
No, thank you. And I give it back.
Oh, okay. She puts it back on and just kind of walks out slowly.
It's nothing personal. I am suspicious about magical food that I didn't prepare myself. Sorry.
She's gone.
Okay, well.
Cool. So she heads back up top. And so you guys are just kind of doing your thing again, training and whatever.
She broke that poor monkey's heart.
What's that?
She broke that poor monkey's heart.
Listen, I ate rotten jerky that was made from the rotting flesh of my father from multiple years before. Not that you know that, but I don't want to eat anything that I don't know. I haven't prepared myself. especially magic stuff.
You didn't mention your father's. The journey was that big details. Awful.
It was a
details.
lot. It was a lot that
Okay.
she had to tell you. She might have
Nope.
glazed over a few things.
Did very well,
Cannibalism's
did very well.
not a fun thing to talk about.
No.
It was graphic.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of up to you guys what you want to do. If you want to, Greya, to let you know what's going on. If you want to join in or just kind of watch and enjoy. Thomas has been helping Dietrich train to become a better fighter. Kellidir has been helping William. William has like a little shield that he made out of the barrel that he came out of. And so like Kellidir's teaching him how to properly use a shield when he fights and stuff like that. So that's just kind of like what's been going on the days on the ship sort of thing.
Okay, I think right now Greya would want to go to the kitchen and check on her frog egg.
Okay, cool. So you head down there, and you can poke your head in the barrel and see in your frog egg is now a little tadpole swimming around in there.
Oh, Greya's so happy. Oh, she has a baby now.
Does she say anything? I'm in the kitchen. Hi, Greya. How's your little egg doing?
It's good. Look, it's a baby now. It hatched.
Oh! Can I look at it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, come look.
What color is it?
So it's just like a black tadpole right now.
Oh no.
And it's like, the egg was very oversized. It's much bigger than what a normal tadpole is. But it's just kind of like swimming around in there.
We
What-
might have to get it a bigger barrel eventually.
What? So what does it eat? I have another mouth to feed. I don't know what it eats. I just found out Rune doesn't eat meat. Did you know that she doesn't eat meat? I have these apples here for her.
I think we'll figure it out. We'll just give him things until they say what they like to eat.
Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know what frogs eat. Also, Greya, this is black right now, but it will get turned some color, and then we're gonna have to try and remember which one of those froggy people, what color they were, and which ones made Dietrich have that weird paralyzing effect. Because then you might not be able to hug your baby, if that's what you're referring to it as.
Okay, that's a good idea. That would be sad if I couldn't hug it, but yeah, we should probably figure that out once it gets older. Let me think. And then can I do like a nature check to see if I remember what tadpoles eat, or like if I've read it somewhere?
Sure, yeah.
Frogs eat insects. Does it eat insects? I don't have any insects. I don't know what to do. It's protein. It's a high protein base. We could grind up some meat. Oh, I don't
Nat
know.
20.
Nat 20? Cool. So yeah, like little insects or little, like, any kind, like, little creatures that it can just kind of, like, nibble up in its tiny mouth. So, like, little flies or little anything.
So then Greya tells, I think I've read that they eat like just tiny bugs. So if you could, I don't know if you need to cook them. I think they'll just eat it like raw.
I don't have. Do I have any bugs? I shouldn't have any bugs. I keep a very clean kitchen. Where am I gonna get bugs? I don't even know.
I think we can find them. We're out on the high seas. There should be bugs here somewhere. We'll get a net.
Okay. We'll have to let everyone know to keep an eye out for bugs. Okay. I take out like a can, like an empty can, and I'm gonna write like bug can on it for when we collect bugs, and I'm gonna put it next to the tadpole barrel.
I love how supportive Elena is being of this.
I think Elena was the only other one who was like, "We're taking this, okay?" So
Think you should check Mac for bugs. I bet there's some there.
Okay. So I think Greya would go back up to the deck just to be like, everyone, my egg hatched.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's actually hatched.
Yeah, it's a baby
You're
now.
under-
Oh, you have a thing now.
Yeah, a baby.
Baby. Okay. Where are you?
They eat bugs,
keeping
so
the
we're gonna have to
baby?
find bugs. Right now, they're still in the barrel, but we might need to get a bigger barrel eventually.
Will they always need a barrel?
I think frogs can live outside the water once they're big.
All right. And can he swim in the ocean?
I guess we'll figure that out.
Okay.
Have
Hikari's
you
gonna
considered
come
that it
up
might
to you.
be?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Have you considered it might be cruel to keep the frog on a ship, surrounded by salty water?
But where else would it go?
Home?
So
Where
we
you
gotta go
found
back to Anuridae?
Kayla,
Or we could just
you did say it is infested with undead, so maybe it's not a great idea that we just kind of send it home. I'm sorry.
we just know what they grow into. And we know they're not friendly.
But
But
maybe
we
that's
don't know
because
all
they
of
had a
them
bad
are not
environment.
friendly. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I think we have the same idea.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think maybe if we raised it, it could be our friend.
Like a nature versus nurture kind of situation.
Yes, very much
Exactly.
so.
Okay, well, we will leave it in your hands, Greya.
Hikari's gonna come up to you, Greya, and be like, "What do you need bugs for?"
My baby, I have a baby tadpole and it eats bugs.
Oh, I eat bugs sometimes. And Hikari reaches into the bag that Elena didn't take, and pulls out some little insects. They're like crispy because like you have to pull out food, but like some people eat fried insects. So she just like reaches in and hands you a handful of crispy little insects.
Oh, awesome. Greya, like, thank you so much, thank you. And she like grabs the handful and like runs down to the kitchen.
Okay, cool.
Is that a bag full of bugs?
Not just a bag full of bugs, it's a bag full of any kind of food you want. Since I eat bugs, I think of that as food and I get it from the bag.
Any kind.
Any
Like a
kind.
magical
Carrie's gonna like
bag.
can't hold it out so you can reach in.
Dietrich is gonna think of circus food.
Cool. So Dietrich reaches in. Is there any like kind of specific?
It's gonna pull out carameled apples.
Cool. Yeah, totally does that. No problem.
Did you show Elena?
Yeah, she didn't like
Something to
it.
be interested in. She what?
She didn't like it.
She didn't like it. Well, I'm sure she has her reasons. Seems like it would be useful in the kitchen, though.
That's what I thought.
I'm the happiest boy in the world right now.
Carrie's gonna look at it and also pull one out, and then head up to the crow's nest to eat it.
I see you.
the battle begins.
I thought we were gonna have a great friendship.
But Carrie kind of like, as she's going up to the crow's nest, kind of looks at you like, "Are you coming?"
I hadn't considered this. All right. He's gonna go up to the crow's nest.
Cool. So Carrie kind of like
silly.
sits on the like rail of the crow's nest, and just sits there and eats the caramel apple with you.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Are you lonely?
I have been lonely for a long time, yeah.
You know, I'm surrounded by people every day, and I really like these people, but I'm used to being surrounded by many more people, and I'm finding it kind of difficult to be here.
You want more people?
Can you pull those out of the bag?
Unless you eat people, then no.
I don't want to talk about that right now, actually.
Okay.
Not that I do. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I mean, touchy subject.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You didn't know. How are you to know, right?
Yeah.
I just thought it was a magical bag and you could think of whatever you wanted.
Just food.
Food's good.
Yeah, I like food. I like this. What is this? She like bites into the caramel apple.
Caramel apple.
Oh, okay. Now I know to think of it when I want it, and I'll get it from the bag.
Right? Makes me miss home a little bit. I think maybe I shouldn't have thought of it.
But at least you have a home to miss.
I wasn't expecting you to be so wise.
I lived with Nautilus for a long time. He's the wisest man I ever knew.
That's right. Even nicknamed so. Didn't think about it. You know, we were on an island, where we found another bangle, so I have faith in us that we could probably find more and help you.
I hope so. It was his dying wish that I protected that bangle, so I really feel like I let him down.
You're still working hard, so don't feel like you let him down. I think giving up would be letting him down.
You're right. Thanks.
No, thank you. Maybe I could send a letter home or something. I don't know where they're at right now, though.
You could write it, and then maybe you'll get the chance to send it.
Yes, I think I will.
Okay, I'm just gonna look out, because there's a big open world I've never seen before.
It gets boring really fast, I promise.
I don't think I'd ever get bored of this.
I thought that.
Oh, okay. Then Hikari's just gonna like look out into the world. Cool. So the day just kind of passes again. You're sailing along. And
Oh, I don't think we had said that we were sailing because we hadn't picked a destination.
Oh, you're still just sitting there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Right? We hadn't actually said where we were going.
We had not picked a destination.
Okay.
I guess the meeting calendar would have just asked if people wanted to stay anchored here until tomorrow and let everyone like rest from the big fight yesterday. Then we could decide tomorrow where we want to go.
Cool. Did everyone agree to that?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so the day goes on. You're not sailing, but the day does go on. And you just kind of are doing your thing. Aleda, I imagine at one point you probably present everyone dinner. Unless you're not right now.
I've already ground the cocoa. I can make everyone dinner. That's fair.
Cool.
I'm very nervous. I'm like not my usual self in the kitchen right now, and I'm like trying to very carefully be like, okay, this is just a potato, right? This is a normal potato.
Okay, cool.
Deal.
So you guys like normally Aleda's pretty good at like getting dinner like as the sun starts going down. Tonight the sun has been down and it's like nighttime by the time Aleda comes up because she was taking so much extra careful time making everything. And then yeah, if you guys want anything else you want to do today, you can. But then otherwise we'll just kind of go into the night and kind of travel forward in time a bit.
We kept on watch at night, just so
Yes,
you
okay.
know.
Yes, we did.
So when you guys are talking about keeping watch at night, Rune takes the first watch. And then I don't know, and then you guys can decide who wants to take second and third watch.
Greya will take second watch. Doesn't
Okay.
mind.
And Dietrich could take third.
Okay, cool. So the night goes on, and you don't hear anything. Greya, when you wake up to go do your watch, give a perception check when you wake up. You're still
You're
muted.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, I have good perception. It is a 26.
26? Wow. So you wake up and you kind of feel something under your pillow.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. So I guess Greya would reach under and try to figure out what it is.
Cool. So there's lots of stuff under your pillow that was slipped under there. Almost everything that was in Rune's possession, she had put under your pillow. The book that she got from the tomb, the map that she was in possession with. There's like a little gem that she got that she put under there. And I think that's everything that she put under there. So just all of Rune's stuff, important stuff, is under there. Oh, the toy ship, I think, or like the ship paperweight from Reinhardt's office. Reinhold, which I don't remember which one is which anymore.
And that's it. It's just her stuff that's there.
All her stuff's under there, yeah.
Okay, so Greya immediately goes to look for Rune.
Cool.
Rune!
So you head up onto the ship to look for Rune. You can tell she's nowhere downstairs. You head up where she was doing her lookout. And I'll keep it on the same perception because you're very alert right now. As you get up at the front of the ship, you see like a fog cloud like kind of closing, and it's just at the front of the ship. And Rune is gone.
Okay, so Greya will go to do her watch and kind of like look out to where Rune is, and she's definitely crying.
Okay, cool. So you just kind of keep an eye on like where like the fog cloud like disappeared, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do a perception check while like your lookout now. Do your lookout. Another perception check for that.
That's a 16.
16? Okay. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much in the area right now. It's just pretty still waters and open ocean.
Okay. So yeah, Greya I guess she just stays up there for the rest of the watch.
Cool. And then Dietrich, at some point you join her. And then I will get Dietrich, once you're up there, you to do a perception check.
Okay. An idiot. What are skills? 5.
5? It's really dark and you can't see much. Even though you have dark vision, you're still like you're half asleep still. You fell asleep before and then you woke up to do your watch, but you're still very groggy and not really paying attention.
I shouldn't have said I'd do this.
Greya, when Dietrich comes up, do you go back to sleep or
No, I stay out. And I guess I look at Dietrich and I say, Dietrich, I think I have to tell you something.
What?
I think Rune's gone.
No, you just came back.
No, I mean, she left all of her things behind my pillow, and then when she finished her watch, she left the ship, and I don't think she's coming back.
What do you mean left the ship? The rowboats are still here, and it's not like she swam away.
No, it was a cloud. It was like a fog cloud. So I couldn't see much.
A fog cloud took Rune. Should we go help her? Should we?
I don't know. She left all of her stuff under my pillow, so I think she knew she was going.
Why didn't she say goodbye?
I don't know. And Dietrich, I'm trying to be positive, but I'm very sad about this. She was supposed to teach me gnome stuff, and now I don't, and she's gone, and I don't like it.
Oh, I mean, I can see why you're upset. I don't want you to be upset.
I'm so sick. I don't want to lose any more friends. I had one friend, and then I lost the only friend I had, and now I have all of you guys, and it made me so happy. But I'm sad to have somebody else leave me again.
Well, Greya, you still have all of us, and I'm not a gnome, but I know a few. I know that's no consolation for...
But what if you guys leave and then I'm all alone again?
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Do you promise?
Of course I promise.
Okay, yeah, you can't go anywhere and nobody else can too. We all have to stick together.
I like that idea, Greya. I've never had friends outside of the circus, so it's nice.
I like having friends too, except it hurts sometimes.
I think that just means you care. And I think she cares too, so maybe this is just something she needs to do, and we can't help her with it. Do you want to wake everyone and tell them, or should we let them sleep?
I think maybe we should tell them. They'll probably want to know.
Right. Alright, let's go wake them.